This is a matter of public record. It's not a matter of stalking. Roxana Solano is our housemate, and she took over our home 5, 6 years ago and actually saved it from being repossessed by the bank. And she helped care for my life partner of 41 years who died just a few days ago on the 15th. But notice that she filed these papers on the 12th, and on the 12th we were on quite friendly terms. But she was already planning that when Ernie died, my life partner, my mate, we married in 1983, not legally, but that was the term we used. We've lived together here in this home all these years and had a wonderful relationship. But he was dying the last month. And when he died, the new plan was, and I knew this, that he, with a quitclaim deed, he would give her this home that's worth, upwards of $3 million, okay? And I would get nothing, but I would be protected and have something. Ernie had lifetime tenancy. I was hoping I would be able to stay here, but I see she's planning to get me evicted. Now, she asked the judge to find me a stalker for being complimentary to her and saying nice things online, but I'm not a threat to her or to anybody. I've never hurt anybody in my life. And now it looks like the other thing, she wants to have me evicted. And this was planned and this was filed while Ernie was dying and while we were being sweet and nice to each other and getting along. And we were both going to help take care of Ernie and bring him home here for hospice, maybe for 7 weeks, maybe for 7 months. But Ernie was dying when he came, and he died 2 days later. And the first day he was here, Roxana and I attempted to nurse him, which was a terrible mistake because he was comatose, and we're trying to feed him with a stomach tube called a PEG tube and pour water and food in and spilling it, and it was just horrible. And trying to move him, and we couldn't do it. I just was in a state. I thought this is the worst idea in the world, to bring him home to die when he was already comatose. So the next day, professional nurses came, and she summoned them, and they took care of him for the next 2 days until he passed away of natural causes, of actual starvation. I mean, he couldn't accept nutrition anymore. But professionals should have been involved in the first place. So people we get into conflicts because of our personal needs, but I've lived here for 38 years, and now it looks like she wants to paint me as a stalker. Roxana Solano is a nice person. She owns a series of ALFs, assisted living facilities. Those are quasi-nursing homes, okay? She's a well-to-do person, and she met my lover about 6 years ago. I think it was in 2015 or so, when he was helplessly on an ALF, and when she learned he had this home that was really abandoned and was in risk of being repossessed by the bank because it was under a reverse mortgage and you have to be an occupant in it. She worked out a deal with him to bring him back here that would preserve the reverse mortgage for as long as he lived. Now that he's gone, the house will have to be refinanced, and that's going to be expensive and difficult. It was quite advantageous for her to have him here for mortgage reasons, because there's no mortgage payment due while you have a reverse mortgage. And there was $500,000 principal loan made on the house. We did that in 2007, and with interest accruing, the principal balance owed on this home is something like well over $1 million. I don't know the exact amount because I don't know the legal papers, but I'm not stalking anybody. But now that she's filed papers and set me up for a court date, I have a right to talk about this in public. This is not stalking, to tell the truth about personal conflicts that really shouldn't have happened in the first place. All right, I'm going to think about this and probably publish some more YouTube videos about this. Okay, this is a public filing. And she did it on May 12th when she was being sweet and nice to me, but behind my back, she was already planning to call me a stalker and try to get me evicted. And then I'd lose everything. I'll lose all my possessions, everything. I won't have a place to live. I could be jailed. I'll lose all my possessions. Everything will be gone. It'll just be gone. All the things that I had in the garage, they're all gone anyway. I was told that they were put in storage, but really they've just been taken from me. So this is all I have in my life. I'm 67 years old. I have my piano tools and some pictures, but I won't have them for long. I know who's going to win. I'm going to lose. Thank you for listening.